I'm fucking up somewhere, alright? Turns out what it was I had like 1,000 pieces of 1,000 different recipes, but I didn't know how to make one dish completely. That make sense? Alright. So I learned how to do this one thing here. I learned how to dish V, I learned how to neg, I learned how to frame, I learned how to NLP, I learned how to escalate, I learned how to do whatever. And all this random crap, but I didn't know how to put it all together. Alright, it's like trying to bake a cake and having I'm gonna put some tartar sauce in, I'm gonna put some nutmeg in, some salmon in, It's like all this crap, and I just want one cake, dude. I don't need all this stuff, I just want one cake, I just want one girlfriend. I would've been happy. Alright? And on the second night, I had the biggest revelation. JT made me go direct on the second night. He's like, tonight you can go direct. And I was like, alright, I can do that. He's like, have you ever done it? I'm like, yeah, all the time. Right? And he's like, do you like it? I'm like, no, it doesn't really work for me. He's like, well, what are you gonna say? I'm like, I told the girl, she's hot or whatever. He's like, okay, go do the next hot girl you see. And I fucking froze up. I was like, shit, have I ever done this before? So I learned about it, right? I listened to the audiobook. I'm like, I'm not an excuser. I'm like, I told a girl, she's hot. And I was like, fuck, man, I've never actually done it before. Like, in my mind, I've done it 1,000 times. Right? Or I would go up to a girl, and I'd be like, hey, those nachos are good. Oh, I like your tie, by the way. Anyways, so how's the band here? And I would kind of drop it in that she was attractive or whatever. But I never really hardcore went up directly to a girl. I've never said to a girl, hey, I don't care if every other guy here is watching me, but I want to tell you, you're the most beautiful girl in this room. I mean that. Alright? I've never done that until the second night at the boot camp. And he had to fucking push me to do it. When I did, it was the biggest mind fuck. I was like, man, what else have I half-assed or not really did properly? All the stuff that I learned, I read, did I really know it? Or did I just think I knew it? And that's when I realized, all the stuff that I'm learning, more knowledge, isn't helping me at all. I need not only to go out and do it, but then I need to go back and study what I did right, what I did wrong, and then do it again correctly this time. And over. It's this process. Alright? The other thing that really changed me a lot was on the same night, I met this, sexy, blonde girl that was dancing, and I brought her back to the table. And I'm like, oh, let's, come sit. She's like, oh, no, I'm good. And I'm like, oh, okay. Alright? And then, JT was he comes, he's really friendly. He's like, oh, yeah, welcome, come join us, sit down. And she's like, nah, I just want to, dance. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, no, don't worry, she just wants to dance, She just wants to dance, it's cool. And then I tried dancing with her, and she wouldn't, really dance with me, right? So I'm like, fuck, what's wrong? And then JT comes out, he's like, look, she came up, she only came here with you because she wants to get behind this rope and be on stage and look cool. She's just using you. You need to get her, you need to kick her out. I'm like, no, that's cool, man. She's probably just, she was sitting earlier and she's she just wants to dance. I was making excuses for her, right? Anyone ever catch themselves making excuses for girls? Yeah. Right? And then he's like, no, it's like, Johnny, think about it. I'm like, fuck. And I knew, deep down inside, I knew that she was not interested in me, she was just using me. So I was like, fuck, alright. So I walked over to her and I'm like, hi, yeah, my friends were really nice to you and, I thought you were cool, but you don't seem like you want to hang out with us, so I think you should just go. And I'm like, this for a minute, right? Because I don't want to turn around and have her hit me, right? And finally I peek over and I'm she's gone. I was like, oh, shit. Kick her out, dude. And that was a huge thing for me. I mean, that was I've never in my life been if girls were disrespecting me or my friends, and she's hot, I've never been you know what, I don't need you. Like that was the first taste of like real having abundance in my life, and having like values beyond, you know, like these trivial things. You know, that's like I felt like I became a man, like just at that moment almost.
Totally. Can't worry.
I felt like a man, dude. Alright, and after that weekend, I mean, it's not like in one weekend I magically became like master pickup artist. But what it did is it really shed light on me, so I knew where I actually was, you know, what I actually needed to work on, and it gave me a proper structure. That's the other thing I didn't have. I didn't really know how to go from the approach to have her be my girlfriend, you know? Like I didn't know the whole structure. And I thought it was really complicated. I thought I was like, oh, you know, I'll get there someday, you know? I'll Google it when it comes up. Right? But just by actually knowing the whole structure and working my way backwards from it, I realized it was possible. And from that point on, like, my results started skyrocketing. So, you know, the lesson we learned from that is everybody needs at one point to put your ego aside. And I recommend doing this every 3 months even, like not necessarily taking a program, but just even yourself, asking yourself, you know, where am I? Where am I actually at right now? You know, have like a friend or a wing or somebody, you know, better than you, or, you know, if you can afford it, have a coach do it. You know, actually have a hardcore look at you, see what your progress is. Now, I used to ask everybody what your goals are when they first came in. And the reason why I stopped asking that is I realized that we don't know what our real goals are. The only thing I know for sure is that I can look back on my life, and every time I thought I really wanted something, that viewpoint more often than not changes drastically every few years. Right? Now, like, I mean, like as a kid, you know, you might be like, all right, I want this, you know, whatever it is. Like, I know I want this. Like, I'll die happy if I had this one thing. All right? Like, I don't care about anything else in the world. This is what I want. And you get it, and you're like, oh, I don't really want it. All right? Or you think that you want, you know, here's the common thing in the pickup community is you read the book and you're like, okay, I want to be this pickup god. I want to be able to walk into any room, get 5 blondes and take them back home and have them strip for me. Right? That's what most guys want when they read the book. Right? That's like reading Rich Dad Poor Dad and saying, I want to be a billionaire. Right? It's not a bad thing to want that, because what that does, it gives you motivation and drive. It's like, yeah, that's what I want. I want to be up there. Now, just like, you know, Rich Dad Poor Dad, if you strive to become a billionaire, but you fail, but you really try hard. Let's say you try hard for a year or 2 years, and you really dedicate yourself. You go to the seminars, you do the work, you start like, you know, the business, you do all this stuff, and you make a couple $1 million, but you're like, fuck man, a billion is hard, right? You're like, man, fuck it, you know, I don't want to be a billionaire, right? All of a sudden, you're left with the business and this, you know, all these skills with your money, and you have a couple $1 million in the bank. Are you still better off than if you never tried to be a billionaire in the first place? You guys get that?
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with being a pickup artist. If you strive to become like a master pickup artist, you're like, I want to have, you know, like I want to sleep with 100 women, right? But